Welcome back to Chai with Siddiq, your weekly market wrap for NRIs investing from the Gulf. 2.3%. That's how much the S&P added in a week the US barely even showed up for. Markets partied through a holiday shortened week. The Fed got a brand new voice at the mic in Europe this week, and he still won't tell you what happens next. We'll get into what that means for the rate cut hopes. While Wall Street celebrated, Mumbai quietly picked up the tab too. No fuss, just steady gains. India had a good week of its own. Grab your chai, let's go. Chalo, let's get into the numbers. All on screen, so just watch and I'll explain. S&P 500 up 2.3% this week. Nasdaq 100 up 1%. Both had one of their best runs in years, and that's even after Thursday's job report came in way weaker than expected. Normally, weak job data scares the market, but this time everyone took it as good. Now the Fed has more room to cut rates later, so instead of falling, markets went up. Now let's come to India. Nifty 50 up 0.86%, Sensex up 0.91%, nothing dramatic, no big swings, just a slow steady climb. And honestly, if you are doing SIPs, this is exactly the kind of boring week you want to see. On the currency side, USD INR up 0.77% this week, so the rupee slipped a bit against the dollar. Worth keeping in mind if you are planning to send money home this month. And Brent crude down 0.32%, basically flat. I'll tell you why that number matters in a second. Now, on the geopolitical side, genuinely it was a quiet week. No big new developments, but two things from the last few weeks are still sitting in the background and worth knowing about. First, the Strait of Hormuz. The ceasefire between the US and Iran is holding technically, but it's shaky. Iran keeps opening and shutting the strait on and off, and ships passing through are still way below normal. That's actually why oil barely moved this week. The market has already gotten used to this uneasy situation, but if things escalate even a little, oil prices and India's import bill will feel it fast. Second, over in the UK, Keir Starmer resigned a couple of weeks back. Remember? Well, now the actual contest to replace him is starting with nominations opening soon. It's mainly a UK story for now, but keep half an eye on it if you hold any UK or Europe funds. If there's one big thing to remember from this week, it's this. The new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, gave his first big speech on the world stage at this ECB event in Sintra. And his message was simple. Inflation is still too high, and he is not going to tell anyone in advance what the Fed will do next. No hints, no clues about July, and markets didn't panic about that, which tells you people are feeling more relaxed than worried right now. For us NRIs, two quick things to take from this week. One, the AED being pegged to the dollar means your daily life here in the Gulf doesn't change with a stronger dollar, but it does affect how much your rupees stretch when you send money home. So if USD INR keeps going up, keep an eye on that. Two, India quietly moving up without any big US style drama is a good reminder. SIPs don't need excitement to work, they just need time. That's your week in the markets. 4 minute, 1 cup of chai. Quick recap. US markets went up despite a weak jobs report in a week most of America wasn't even trading. India had a calm, steady week of its own. The new Fed chair kept quiet about what's coming next, and the Strait of Hormuz is still the one thing that could change the oil story fast. If this helped, hit subscribe and I'll catch you next week. Same time, same chai. Cheers.